And just so you're aware, this is also being recorded and will also be posted on YouTube. So will this trespass notice. This will all be posted. You're just giving me more information to post by this retaliatory information.
I do have skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Trespassing is from the practice because you recorded or you had in our premises.
Are you saying I had no right to?
I think we finished with this conversation.
So you're just using a bully tactics and upset my entire family because of this. Go ahead and hang up, Kirstin.
Some of the names have been changed in this video to protect the identity of weak-minded individuals that are scared of taking responsibility for their own actions.
For anything to have some sort of legality to it, you've really got to stipulate the section of the Act, or the Act and section that you're referring to. I.e., for a trespass order, you go to the Trespass Act, and you state the year 1998, I think it is, and then the section, I think it's section 3 and section 4, for them to be able to trespass you. None of any recording to do with anyone else other than myself and my wife was being recorded. And the fact that the doctor didn't even do a physical examination showed the incompetence.
That's not what happened in your consultation.
Oh, well, it seems like you're retaliating because of that, though.
I'm not retaliating.
Well, yes, I recorded that consultation and now you're saying I'm trespassed.
You are, because you recorded on our premises, and we have the right to do that.
I'll be seeking more legal information in regards to this, and I'd like you to state what legislation is stating that I cannot record there.
Right, it's Waitemata Community Law Centre here. You
yes.
left a message last Thursday. Has anyone got back to you yet?
No, no one has.
Okay, how can we help?
Well, I had a couple of queries. One was in regards to the, what's it called, Westgate Medical Centre
Right,
has issued us a trespass notice.
right,
And it's because I recorded a doctor's consultation.
right.
And I can't understand as to what law they're saying I've broken by doing that. And
Right.
the fact that it was a public place that we were at. Now, they're saying that it's not a public place.
Right.
But I'm going by public place being defined as a place that's open to the public, be it for free or fee.
With the Westgate Medical Centre thing, how was the trespass order served? Did they post it to you? Did the police bring it round?
They posted it to myself and wife through registered post. Neither of us signed for it, so it wasn't through signature. Like,
Right.
I would expect if I'm sending someone something like that, I'd need registered signature of the person that received it, and it was our mother-in-law that signed for it when the postie delivered.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I think that...
It hasn't been served properly.
Yeah, I don't... yeah, I think probably you're going to find that that they're going to say it's private property, and that,
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it's private property, but under the Summary Offences Act 1981, Section 2, a public place is defined as anywhere that's open to the public, and they were open.
Right.
Apart from that, they're also an emergency medical centre, and under the Section 4, subsection 5B of the Trespass Act, if there is an emergency, I can still trespass.
Right. Yeah, that, you know, I would say that would be correct, yeah.
Well, protection of my property or for an emergency, yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically they got in the bee in the bonnet because I recorded an incompetent doctor not actually doing his job properly. I filed a complaint with the New Zealand Medical Council against the doctor. The doctor,
good, okay.
And the doctor has sent me. He got a contact with a lawyer and John had some process server show up here at 8 o'clock at night and scare the shit out of everybody, and serve us with some papers saying that we were impugning the doctor and threatening legal action on it because we had posted them up on YouTube.
Right, okay.
And, under the Bill of Rights Act 1990, Section 14, I have the right to seek, impart, receive information and opinions of any kind in any form, which means I'm allowed to record them and I'm allowed to share it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously just trying to put the frighteners on you by doing that.
Yeah, well, I've been studying law for 5 years, so I'm not really scared of doublespeak or legalese or any of that crap. I know exactly what the game is.
Yeah.
And I'm doing everything anything I say, I back with legislation. They're saying that what I did was prohibited at the medical centre. I said there's no evidence of consent or contract between me and them for them to be able to prohibit me from doing anything that's a right to do in the first place. And they said that it was an illegal act. And I'm saying, well, you're making a claim right now that I've done something illegal without any foundation. You're not stating an act or a section of an act that it's illegal under. Such as, if they're going to give me a trespass act, it's under Section 4 of the Trespass Act. That gives it its power. It's, so...
Yeah, I mean,
they're coming from a point of ignorance.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, they've resorted to a trespass act because obviously the police have told them they haven't got a
pot to piss in.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I would say that on every correspondence that I give them, I also tell them that everything will be published.
Right.
So it's not like I'm doing anything covertly when I'm telling them prior that I'm recording and. They have the right to say, no, you can't, or they can file a complaint with YouTube if they believe a privacy's been breached, but anything, whatever I posted on YouTube had nobody's private details, all faces were blurred out, and no personal details were shown, so there's no privacy being breached.
Yeah, and, I mean, they've got the option to go to the Privacy Commission anyway.
Of course they can.
Yeah, which obviously they haven't done.
No. It's just trying scare tactics.
Yes, it is, yeah. So I suppose, in an emergency you could access that centre as you say.
Yeah. Well, what I did, because I hadn't heard back from you guys, and I had some spare time waiting to pick up my daughter from the bus station, is that I had the Trespass Act. I actually have these things laminated in my car just in case. And I was reading it, and that's where I found Section 4.5b, stating that we had the right to trespass even after notice in case of emergency or protection of property or others that I'm under, because the medical centre was saying, I said, so you're denying me access for medical treatment? And she just says, she didn't answer that, she just said, no, you're trespassed. And I said, well, what if my kids who's currently suffering leukemia or one of my other children need emergency medical attention? And she said to send them in with the grandparent. I felt like going, well, what if the grandparent was dead, but even though they're not? And they don't have signing authority to grant consent over any medical treatment to my kids.
Yeah.
And she just couldn't respond to that.
Was that a receptionist or something?
No, it was the practice manager.
Oh, the practice manager.
Kirstin Coleman, yeah.
Right.
Because I rang her up, and I've posted that on YouTube and sent her a link too, just so there's no confusion as to what was being said over the phone.
Right, well that's good because, I mean, if they've got any problem with that, then they've got the opportunity to dispute it, and they haven't done. So.
No, they haven't, and I've responded to them saying that should an emergency occur, that we will still be attending that medical. Put it all in writing under Section 4.5b of the Trespass Act, because it's according to that and provided within it. So I haven't had a response back from them yet in regards to that. I only sent that on Saturday, but.
Right, no, they'd probably take their time, I think, responding to that.
I think they're going to have to get a lawyer to look at it first instead of saying they've had a lawyer look at it. And I even asked, I said, well, can you tell me the name of the lawyer? Who's been giving you this advice that I've done an illegal act? And she wouldn't supply me the name of the lawyer.
No,
so I think it was just all bullshit. She's gone online, she's downloaded a trespass form, which I can download, identical. She's hand-filled it in, and she's given the service copy to the police. And I think she's mentioned the police in a way to try and intimidate me, but it's the same police station I've actually had re-educated because they infringed on me once before. They tried to stop me from recording outside their police station.
Right.
stating peeping and peering, which is only a private dwelling house at night time, not a police station at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Attention, Kirstin Coleman. We refer to your correspondence and notices addressed to my wife and myself, well, a version of myself, it's not my name, of said address at a suburb I'm not familiar with, which we received on the 24th of August. Good on New Zealand Post for correcting their mistakes. We would point out firstly that not only have you incorrectly spelt Mr. King's family name incorrectly, but both letters were addressed to a suburb that does not exist. We live at Waimaku, not Waimaku. How was our address obtained? Were our private details accessed illegally without consent or justification? Kirstin, you state you have been a party to covertly filming on these premises on 7 June 2017. What evidence do you have to support this allegation? Define covertly. Kirstin, you claim we subsequently placed this footage on YouTube. What first-hand evidence do you have to support this claim? You then, Kirstin, state, as filming, and in brackets, we presume you are referring to digital video recording, close brackets, on these premises is expressly forbidden and is an illegal act. What legislative rule of society are you referring to that this is forbidden under? What act? What section? As we are of the understanding that Westgate Medical Centre is a public place, as defined within the Summary Offences Act 1981, Section 2, see here, and I attach a link to the legislation.gov.nz website to that particular act. Westgate Medical Centre was open to the public on 7 June 2017, was it not? We believe your decision to issue both persons with a trespass notice to be a retaliatory and malicious in nature, and this has caused our family unnecessary alarm, distress, without any justification. We furthermore are aware of our rights expressed within the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act 1990, Section 14, which allows the freedom to seek, receive and impart opinions and information of any kind in any form. See here. And again, I attach another link to that legislative rule. So, see, this is what you do. When you make a claim, you back it. Okay? You don't just say, oh, that's illegal, because you think it is. You actually do your job properly. If you're going to state someone's doing something illegal, and you can only be trespassed from a public place if you've committed an offence. I didn't. You think I did. You think you have some weird expectation of privacy while you're working in a public sector. Dead wrong. All around your medical centre, I was being filmed. I had no expectation of privacy. I have none whatsoever anywhere in public. I'm being filmed constantly, everywhere, all day. And if you haven't come to that realisation, Kirstin, I really have sympathy for you. But I'll continue. Alright, so I've sent her the link to the Bill of Rights Act 1990, which we have... I'll just start that again. Opinions of any kind, in any form, see here, which we have exercised and now are unlawfully persecuted for doing so by your decision. We can appreciate you have lodged these notices with Henderson Police. However, as in the past, we have had this particular police station, how you going, Brian Leslie, this particular police station re-educated in other matters. We will be happy to do so again if required in this matter as well. We can appreciate under section 4.1, 4.2 and 4.4 of the Trespass Act 1990, you state these persons may not return to Westgate Medical Centre for a period of 2 years.
We would point out that due to the nature of this private business to provide accident and emergency assistance to the public, that under section 4 subsection 5b, see here, and I attach another link for her, and given the only reason we would attend your establishment in any first instance would be due to an emergency, we will return within the next 2 years due to this centre being the closest to our home. Any further travel to another A&E, as you had discussed via telephone, may cause unnecessary pain and suffering, therefore your suggestion to do so is not acceptable. Notice, should an emergency medical situation occur, we will be attending your medical centre at any time in the future. As this provision is expressed within the Trespass Act 1990 section 4 subsection 5b, we would suggest you inform your legal advisor. As your silence to our question re our phone conversation when asked, are you stating you would refuse us medical treatment, constitutes passive acquiescence. Should this happen in the future, you will be held personally liable for any undue alarm, harm or distress this may cause. Lastly, to hang up on me was nothing short of childish, as your lack of ability to supply any form of justification or grounds to issue such notices shows your claim without merit. Notice, we may exercise our right to protest your decision publicly at any time of our choosing in the future. Notice, all correspondence shall be published on multiple forums for maximum accountability and transparency in accordance within rights expressed within the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act 1990 section 14 as previously referenced within. Notice, failure to respond within 10 days of this correspondence shall constitute a tacit agreement that Kirstin Coleman of Westgate Medical Centre has issued trespass warnings to the above-named persons without any legal justification, grounds or merit, and shall be liable for any unnecessary harm, loss or distress that may be suffered as a result of her actions. With regards, me and my wife, and we've both signed it. So that's been emailed to her. Granted, that was done very early Friday morning. I got no response from her today. I'm guessing she's possibly seeking legal advice because, man, she shouldn't go making claims she can't fucking back. And I really need to see how what I did was illegal for her to do that, because it's because of that, it's because of her unreasonable expectation of privacy in a public place, such as an accident and emergency medical centre, that she's done this. So she's done this after either being misinformed or non-informed or ignorant of the law. And I'm sorry, but under the Crimes Act 1961 section 25, ignorance of the law is not an excuse, my darling. So we'll see how we go. I hope you guys enjoy the next two parts of the series that's coming up. Still looking forward to November 7th to go and see my old mate Judge Black. Hopefully the Judicial Conduct Commissioner is doing something about the complaint against him. So as far as a medical centre and a trespass notice, I mean, that's really just, that's just like the seasoning on top of the chips. So yeah, not a biggie. Anyway, see you later. So, better luck next time, Westgate Medical Centre.
I will look for you. I will find you.